with Southland Goldens for our week 3 video of our Maggie and Tommy litter. So the puppies are up, starting to roam around, check things out. We've got our lamb chop bed, and you'll see some of them think that's their mom, and so they're trying to do a little nursing, but you're not going to get anything out of here. No, you're not. Y'all are going to check this lamb chop out too. Yes, you are. Oh my gosh. Maggie's doing great, keeping the pups fed. They're gaining weight. Here in the next few days, we'll start adding in a little bit of the puppy mush. We'll have them completely weaned off their mom by the time they are 6 weeks old. That does not mean that your puppy can go home at 6 weeks old. So they learn a lot with their litter mates from that week 6 to 8 as far as playing, learning how hard is too hard to bite, things like that. So it's super important that they stay. So I know they'll be weaned off your mom, but they can't go until they're 8 weeks old. Got to give you a little play-by-play right here. We got the collars on them. Next week we'll add ribbons so you guys can see who's who, because next week, more than likely for that video, they're going to be up running around. It's hard to keep track of who's who. So we've got white right here. We've got pink over here, who is determined that there's going to be some milk in this lamb chop. We got orange right here. We've got green. And you see that she's got a super light colored coat, really stands out compared to up against some of these. And we have yellow right here, purple underneath. And we've got, even over here playing right now, we've got red and brown. So they are starting to play. We're starting to see their little temperaments. I guess I better finish off before I get distracted. We've got gray over here, and then we got blue hiding right back here underneath the lamb chop. Hey. But you can see white right there. We're starting to walk around. Hey! Getting used to new sounds. So we actually play different sounds throughout where they're sleeping and where they're playing. And it's basically some calming music, but in the background, it'll have children playing. It'll have sirens. It'll have a blender noise, a doorbell, just all kind of random sounds that they're going to come in contact with when they get older. So the socialization process is still going on, and will continue until they go home. We'll start the crate training when they are 6 weeks old. No, that does not mean that your puppy is going to be potty trained when they go home at 8 weeks, but it does train them to hold it so that they know that, hey, I can hold it for a very short period of time and go outside and go to the bathroom. We'll touch base on that when we get a little bit further apart. You are just play. It's Mr. Blue right here climbing up. He also has a very light, solid white colored coat. Hey, big guy. You trying to climb up? Hey, yeah. Look at that little face. Hey. You guys are falling asleep on me. We just hit record. We're still at that age that really we're not awake for long. We wake up to eat, and then we are back sound asleep. So, oh my goodness, you guys are getting some good sleep. Yes, you are. Oh. All right, so I'm going to do what we do every week. I'm going to pick them up, and we're going to go over their weight. Really next week, week 4 is when I really start to talk a lot about their little temperaments and their little personalities and what we see. Just because right now it's really hard to tell. Like just a second ago, brown and red were playing. Right now we've got white and gray playing. Does that mean they're going to be the most playful, the most outgoing? It's too early to tell. So, but we will keep monitoring that, and I will let you know for our week 4, week 5, and week 6 video before you guys pick what we see as far as who's the most outgoing, who's the most laid back, and who's, all the little things. Oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. All right, we're going to go with the boys first because they are outnumbered by the girls, so we're going to give them a shout out first and let them go first. So, this is our chunky monkey, Mr. Brown, our biggest male at 3.7 pounds. Yes, sir. Big boy. He was the one that was just playing with Mr. Red just a second ago. Yeah. So this is Mr. Brown at 3.7. There you go. Next we have Mr. Blue, super white, light colored coat. He is at 3.3. Woo! That was a big yawn for a big guy. Yeah, it was. We're still getting them used to being handled. Flipping them over. Running our fingers through their paws. He's doing really good. Through their gums. We rub their ears. And their tails. Yeah. So he did really good. So this is Mr. Blue. The second biggest male. At 3.3. Oh, you guys are sound asleep. Let's see. Orange. Orange, orange, orange. Good morning. All right, next we have Mr. Orange at 3.2. Good boy. So this is Mr. Orange, third in size. And our smallest boy, who's currently trying to see if he can nurse from the pillow, I guess you do what you gotta do, big guy, is going to be Mr. Red. So he's a good bit smaller than the other three. I do believe he'll be a little bit more petite than them. Obviously, we'll track that and keep you guys updated, but he is 2.4 pounds. So a really big difference between him and Brown, and I'll do a comparison of our biggest male versus our smallest male. You can just see that he is a lot bigger. He's still gaining weight daily. Our vet has looked at him. He's healthy. He's perfectly fine. Just growing at a smaller rate. So this is Mr. Red, our tiny guy. Tiny but mighty, right? All right, so those are our 4 boys. And now on to the girls. Oh, I'm sorry. Look at that face. Sound asleep. And that's why this is the lamb chop that's on the supply list that we recommend, because this is how the puppies sleep. They pile up together on top of each other. So that's why I recommend getting the lamb chop, and we'll send home a blanket that'll have the scent of the litter mates that you can lay under the lamb chop. It's not the exact same thing, obviously, but those first couple nights when they're leaving us and the transition to your home, it kind of makes it a little bit smoother, that they've got, you know, the resemblance of laying on the lamb chop and the scent of their litter mates on the blanket. That's my little tip of advice for today. All right, for our largest girl, we have Miss Gray at 3.9 pounds. Yes, she is going to be a big girl, I think, like her mom. So Maggie's one of our larger, kind of blocky, really pretty girls. And I think Miss Gray is going to be a lot like that. 3.9 for Miss Gray. Look at these 3 in the lamb chop bed. You guys blend right in. All right. Next we have, oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I gotta wake you guys up. Next we have Miss Yellow. So Miss Yellow is 3.8. So very close to Miss Gray. She has a very thick coat, which you can see right there. You can't even really see her collar, and it is extremely loose. It's just the way that her coat is so thick, it gets hidden under there. So this is Miss Yellow, also probably going to be a bigger girl at 3.8. Are you falling asleep on me? We'll see. Okay, so you're going to fall asleep. Yeah. Almost out. Oh, it's a good girl. Okay. All right, the one over here waking up. Come here. Oh. Hey, big girl. Hey. All right, so this is Miss Green. Miss Green is 3.7, so also a larger girl. Got a very blocky look, a very pretty girl. A light colored coat. Now we don't talk a lot about coat color until we get to that 6-week mark. What we do at that point is we're really looking at their ear color, because typically that's going to be the darkest part of their coat when they're full grown. So I don't want you to base your pick off the coat color, but if you do have some that are like, hey, these two are very similar and I prefer a lighter coat, or I prefer a coat with a little bit more cream, that is something that we will mention. We'll touch more on that on our week 6 video. So this is Miss Green at 3.7. You gonna fall asleep too? Run our fingers through their gums. Oh, that was a big yawn. Fingers to their paws, her little ear. It's Miss Green. All right, I know you guys see me looking over here at my cheat sheet. I can't remember. I can't memorize their sizes. I wish I could. Oh, I wish I could, but I'm not that good with numbers. No. Hey. All right, so this is Miss Purple. Miss Purple is 3.4. Hey. So a little bit smaller, but we're all there pretty close. You guys are so tired. All right, so this is Miss Purple at 3.4. You sound like a squeaky toy. All right. Look at this. We got to wake one up out of the lamb chop pillow. I mean, Luke actually found these lamb chop pillows. We were out shopping right before Christmas, and he saw these, and I was like, well, those are a must. So they've been a really big hit with the pups. I wish I could tell you, maybe you could find them online. I haven't looked. We just happened to find them. I think it was a TJ Maxx. But anyways, all right, so this is Miss Pink. She is 3.1. So getting to be a little bit smaller side of these females, still a very good sized girl. She also has a very light colored coat. So this is Miss Pink at 3.1. Yeah. I think, is everybody yawned? I think everybody's yawned. Y'all are going to make me yawn. I'm sleepy too. Oh, this is Miss Green over here. You trying to nurse too? All right, for our smallest girl, we have, sounds like you were snoring, dreaming, one of the two. We have Miss White at 2.8. So not as small as Mr. Red, but I'll do a comparison of her and Miss Gray for you guys to see the difference. Just a little bit smaller, still a good sized female. I mean, compared to other litters, especially with this many puppies, I would say that she would be on the larger size. But these guys are big and healthy. Look at Miss Pink. Of all the places to lay, there are 2 puppies underneath there. You guys are funny. All right, so this is Miss White at 2.8, and we'll do the comparison of her in Gray so you guys can see the difference in their size, and you can see also Miss Gray's coat is very thick. I'm going to set them all back down, and then maybe you can zoom in and I can kind of go over there. We're going to move Miss Pink. That's not nice. There's people under here. These are your brothers. So we've got Red right here, our small guy. Brown, our big guy. We have Pink. You see she's got a very light colored coat. We've got White right here, our smaller girl. Next to Green, who has a very thick, light colored coat as well. We've got Miss Yellow right here hidden underneath the lamb chop. I think you probably can see her little nose. We got Orange, who I think is fixing to do the roll. Oh, you gonna roll? Oh, about fell over. I think this yellow kept you from rolling over. We got gray right here, purple, and then blue. You can see he has a very white, snow white colored coat right there. Going to be a very light colored guy. All right, guys. Well, hopefully this video was a little bit more exciting than the past 2 weeks, but we're still not at that point where we do a lot. We sleep mostly. It's what we do. Hope you all had a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you have a Happy New Year. And we'll see you back here next week for our week 4 video that's going to be hopefully a little bit more entertaining.